Hi everyone, welcome back to Hope and Coffee. I'm Hope, and I don't know why I did that so loud, but I do have my coffee with me today, as I usually do because I have a problem when it comes to drinking coffee. I love it, and this is just espresso roast from Starbucks, I believe. So just a basic black dark roast coffee. I think I love dark roast the best, and the seat. Oh, I wanted to tell you all about how the Halloween party went at my mom's house. It went phenomenally. We had a fantastic turnout. I want to say it was about 18 or 19 people showed up. I think people needed to eat far more food than they did, but a lot of people dressed up. We had a great time. We really got everything kind of set up right at the last minute, even though we had been working on it for 3 days. Like, there's this point during the day where you're getting ready, and everything is going so well, and then all of a sudden, everything snowballs, and now you don't have hardly any time left, and you just have to rush to try to finish it all up. And that's how I felt like that last hour before the Halloween party went, is that it felt like that last hour before people were going to start showing up just absolutely zoomed by. And I'm so thankful that my friend Vincent was there, because he was an absolute lifesaver. I know my mom could not stop thanking him for just helping out and helping put the ice out everywhere or put food out or what have you. But just a great help, great person to just help us do what we needed to do. It was fantastic. But super awesome party. Mom and I were already talking about what we were going to do for next year, if we were going to theme it differently or how we were going to stage the furniture differently and those sorts of things like that. So we've already got some ideas. You're welcome to leave some ideas down below as what you think makes for a good Halloween party as well. I am thinking about doing a little something this weekend with some of my friends here in Huntsville, but I'm not sure yet. So that is still up in the air and yet to be determined. But this particular episode is not about those sorts of things. This particular episode is actually inspired by food, though. I ran across an article that I thought was really fun, but there's always there's articles that are healthy foods that make you gain weight or what have you. But this one was quote unquote bad foods that actually can help you lose weight. And now everything is in moderation, so I'm going to start you off with that. And I am a certified nutritionist. It is something that I actively learn about. It is something that I actively try to learn more about each day. It is something that I try to put in practice into my life as a lifestyle, not as diet, because it is, for me, lifestyle choices, not diet culture. And I think that's really important distinction, because for me, it is something that I plan to do long term, whereas a diet culture almost kind of insinuates that once you reach a certain point, you're just going to stop, or if you find it's not working, you're just going to quit. Well, I'm not going to quit on my lifestyle, because I really like what I'm doing and where I'm going, and I only want to get better in that choice and in that lifestyle. So these foods were actually really fun to talk about, because I thought most of them were fantastic to talk about on this quote unquote bad food list. And we'll talk a little bit about why they're considered bad foods, but also why they're actually pretty good for weight loss. So the first one being peanut butter. Well, peanut butter actually, if you get the one without preservatives, if you get the one that's just straight up peanut butter, and you can find that almost anywhere, just natural peanut butter where you flip it around, and maybe all it's got is a little bit of salt and peanut butter. All you got to do is check those ingredients. As long as there are no real additives in there, you are pretty much golden when it comes to getting peanut butter. It is very filling. It is great protein source, but it'll also keep you full for quite a while. It is a really good kind of snack if you want to choose that sort of option, especially For something like middle of the day, you're welcome to dip apple in it, or some people I think do celery. I don't know. I'm not a celery eater, so I'm not going to tell you that's a good idea. But you're welcome to. I used to just eat it on the spoon. I probably used to eat more of it than I really should have. But again, moderation, thinking about the calorie count, but it can be a very good snack and have some very good fats for the body in order to kind of satiate a little bit of hunger. The next one is dark chocolate. Now, there is a difference between dark chocolate and milk chocolate. And if you go to other countries, especially too, they're going to tell you that our chocolate here in the United States does not taste like chocolate. We have so much additive in our chocolate that it doesn't taste like chocolate anymore. When you go to other countries, theirs tastes more like chocolate because they don't have as much filler and additive and high fructose corn syrup as ours does. However, dark chocolate, and this is when you get higher percentages of chocolate. So think of, like when you go and like you look at the Lints or some of those others, it'll give you percentages of chocolate. The dark chocolate is especially good for antioxidant value, pretty low in sugar usually, and it's really good for like skin and kind of satisfying that snack craving, and it's really tasty too. I love it. The next is whole fat Greek yogurt. This is something that I eat almost every day, if not every other day. I really don't add much to it at all. Usually I'll just eat it straight the way it is. Or I may add a little bit of maple syrup, or I'll try to add like honey. So I try to use some sort of sweetener that's more of a natural derivative rather than like sugar or, any sort of sugar substitute. I try not to use any of those sorts of things. Sometimes I'll do fresh fruit or I'll do dried fruit. So it really is kind of also a dependency on what you're wanting to do with that as well. But whole fat Greek yogurt not only has amazing probiotics and like those sorts of things in it, it also can help you keep full longer because when you get the whole fat, there's less sugars in there. And so you're getting a better kind of quality of satiation. So you're going to feel satisfied longer and you're going to get better protein source. Just really, really tasty. And avocados. So again, everything in moderation. Avocados can be considered fattening, but they're so incredibly good for you. Their fatty acids are incredibly good for you. They are a good source of good fats. But again, they're very filling and good for the skin, good for the body, and they taste really good too. Eggs. I mean, we hear about the incredible edible egg, and it is very good, great source of protein. Also nuts. Most nuts are great sources of protein as well. Some of them have good sources of fiber and other sort of antioxidant properties, so it really depends on the ones you're going for. Almonds are low in carbs. Walnuts and pecans are pretty low in carbs, so if you're thinking of going that route as well, great for snacking. Again, moderation. So just remember, when you're thinking about each of these, you're not eating like a plate of any of this. You are having like a portion of it. And I want you to start paying attention to whatever the package says a portion is. Get yourself a kitchen scale, or if it's like a quarter cup or something like that, put a quarter cup like in the bag of nuts, and like then you can scoop it in your hand and you can eat that. I know that sounds restrictive, but it's really not, because I'll go in there and I'm like, okay, I've got 2 portions and I'll eat them, because I'll put 2 portions in my hand because, oh well. But at least now I'm aware of how much I ate. And then the final one is bananas. Of course, the potassium in those are great. They actually say that if they're a little more on the green side, they're a little bit better for you. And then, well, I think there's science on both sides. So there's less sugar when they're a little more on the green side, but when they're a little bit more ripe or kind of getting a little bit closer to the brown side, maybe they have more antioxidant value. So I'd love to I think just bananas in general can be, again, a good source of a snack, but it's an example of a bad food, quote unquote bad food, that can help you lose weight because of some of its beneficial properties. So, anyway, I'd love to know your thoughts, your comments. You're welcome to leave them down below. But yeah, let me know what you think. Like, subscribe. I'd love for you to join our channel and help me on this algorithm a little bit. I'd love to grow it and expand it. And let me know what you're looking for hearing about, because I would love to start tailoring this channel a little bit more and kind of gearing it towards people's interests. So until next time, I will see you all on the next page. Have a great one.